Around the Table on Harrison's original KHOZ.
And welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It is our hump day.
Man, that one got me.
Oh my gosh.
Pulled my earplug out of my ear, dadgummit. Hello.
Welcome. Hey,
what's up?
this is our Wednesday show. That means we're halfway over.
Well, we're not till we get done with this show.
Yeah, you feel like we're halfway? I feel like I'm halfway.
No, I feel like I'm almost halfway.
We just climbed the fence. Now we're at the top of the fence.
Yes.
We could just fall over. We don't have to do any climbing.
At 10 o'clock, we'll fall over. Or at 9:30. That's actually midway.
Okay.
I'm being very technical here.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a weird question.
Okay.
Not a weird question. This is for any guys that want to answer and women as well. How much is too much to pay for a T-shirt?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw one the other day that was $26.
Okay. What about, would you pay $40-something for a T-shirt?
It depends on what's on it. If it's just a white T-shirt, no.
No, I don't mean a white T-shirt.
I
don't even mean like a concert T-shirt or a memento. I'm just like a graphic tee. Would you pay that much money for a graphic tee?
I don't understand.
The graphic has something on it.
Oh, yeah, okay. It depends on what's on it.
Would you really? Like, what would you pay $40?
If it was a rare, if it was something that really rare that you couldn't find anywhere else, yeah, I'd pay.
Okay.
I'd pay $50 for it.
Well, I would too for a specific.
Yes.
But I mean, for that to be a
Something
across
general.
the board T-shirt,
No.
I'm like, and I know people appreciate that aspect of whatever clothes, but I just.
You want to give me details?
No.
On where you found this T-shirt?
No, it's more than one place.
Oh.
You know, it's just bizarre to me, I guess.
Is it from a Chinese company? I could understand now.
I don't know. I think it's probably American, or maybe somewhere else, but not China. I don't know. I just kind of was curious.
If it was made in America and there was a cause there, like CASA or something like that, I would probably do that.
This is just renaming of, say, a rock band or something. Not even a concert T-shirt, just one that said, whatever band.
Okay.
Like one of my favorites was REO Speedwagon. Would I pay $40 for an REO Speedwagon generic T-shirt? No, I would not.
No.
I don't know. I'm just curious.
Okay.
And no shade on the people that sell them. No shade on the people that buy them. I just wondered, as a general rule, what people thought was too much to pay for a T-shirt.
Well, I went to a Deep Purple concert one time, and they were selling stuff. And they had a baseball style shirt, the raglan sleeves and different color sleeves, and it was overpriced. But I thought,
you bought it, didn't you?
I want this. It come from the concert. I bought it, and I washed it, and it shrunk up. I still have it as a souvenir.
A memento.
But it wouldn't even fit somebody in the kindergarten.
So what was it made out of, I wonder?
Oh, it was unwashed material.
Right.
Did
you stick in the dryer? There's your big mistake, too.
Yeah, well, yeah. And I'm sure it was made in overseas somewhere, but
Indonesia. Well, I don't know where, but I've had some stuff from overseas that's done that too.
Yeah.
Made the mistake of putting them in the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, just a random question that came into my mind this morning, and there you are.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you have a random question that pops into your head, we want to know about it. Call our hotline, our random question line.
55555.
BR549. Okay.
Okay, that was just like my random. What did you do yesterday? Watch it rain?
No, I stayed here at the radio station working on audio and
that's right.
trying to get it to where we can do live telephone and video interviews.
Like a Zoom video.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah. It's a little difficult because we've got computers that run into the main board, and then the board runs out back into the computer. It's
not to mention
chaotic.
there's not a lot of room on these computers to do
well,
anything.
the one that we use for hours is we have to restart it every day.
It's tapped out.
It's kind of limited as far as graphics and memory and kind of like us.
If you got one that functions correctly and wonderfully, what'd you say?
Like us, we don't function. Our memory's limited.
Are you warped? Do you consider yourself to be warped?
Oh, absolutely. Warped on both ends.
Oh, me.
What about the weather? What do you think?
It's going to rain.
Well, it was a little wild last night.
You didn't even.
I kind of slept through it. I heard it. I heard it going. I heard the rain, but I didn't hear any, thunder.
Mm-hmm. Really?
No, I didn't. Oh, maybe in the distance.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did. It was
pretty
close.
Okay.
I mean, I get notifications, too, on my phone that say it was 0.5 miles from your house. There was a light, whatever.
Now, I wonder if a Storm Track 360 gets up in the middle of the night.
Yes, of course they do.
Okay. All right.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I didn't know how, it's a volunteer thing. I didn't know if they...
Oh, Brandon Ruley's doing it all. I guarantee you he does.
Okay.
But, I mean, we would have to ask him
just a question.
Verify. But, yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
Okay.
Well, But looks like the chance of showers and thunderstorms is going to continue until after 4 p.m. today, it looks like. Mostly cloudy with a high near 78 degrees. 60% chance of rain today. New rainfall amounts between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. That's quite a bit. Tonight, showers and possibly a thunderstorm before 3 a.m. Then it's supposed to rain all day, looks like. All evening, 3 to 4. Then low, it's going to be a low of 59 degrees with a 90% chance of showers. Thursday, 50% chance of showers continues and some thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 76 degrees. Rainfall amounts between 1/10 and less than 1/10 of an inch. So I guess it's going to slack off just a little bit. And then Thursday night, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 a.m. Partly cloudy with a low around 56 degrees. It's going to be calm. So
really?
Yeah. What about Friday?
Friday is a 40% chance of showers, high of 71. And then Friday night, low of a 47. Saturday, sunny. And at this very moment, there's no chance of rain on Saturday with a high of 72. Saturday night, mostly clear with a low of 47. Sunday, sunny, high of 73. Sunday night, low of 48. Monday and Tuesday are sunny with highs of 77 and 79. And then Monday night, low of 52. Pleasant after you get through this week. It looks like at this very moment.
All right.
I'll take it.
Okay. Take it.
I took it. I took it, and I took it. I just took it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, topics to ponder. And we've done a couple this week, and this one is about our childhood. And this question, you want to read it? You want me to?
I'll read it.
Go ahead and read it.
Are there any dreams or ambitions as a child that you still carry with you?
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder
I forgot.
this topic.
That's okay. It gets people in the mood. They put their thinking caps on.
Well, you know what? I forgot to put mine on before we started
That's
this show, evidently. Again, here's the question. Are there any dreams or ambitions as a child that you still carry with you?
Ambitions as a child.
I wanted to be a Broadway star. I didn't get that. But I did the next best thing, which is sing and do my second love, which I wanted. At a very young age, my dad was a doctor, but at a very young age, I knew my birth mother was a nurse. My mom worked for my dad. She wasn't a nurse, but, we were around the medical field, and I knew I wanted to do something in the medical field.
Did you do that because of your maternal mother?
No.
No. It just was in you.
I went into being a music major.
Oh.
That's what I went to college to start with. And then I spent some time in the hospital with my grandma when she was sick and just gained this whole respect for the nursing staff and went home and enrolled in the college out here and got my nursing degree. So, there you go.
You said that your biological dad was a singer?
He sung and he was like a med tech. So he was in the medical field as well.
All right.
I think I was prone to be a medical person. Anyway, what
That's
about
good.
you, Dan?
Are there any dreams or ambitions as a child that you still carry with you? I don't know. As a child, no, I don't think so.
Also, being a mother was high on my list.
Okay.
What did you have any aspirations about being a dad back in the day?
Not until I was, old enough to have children.
Right.
No, I don't think so.
So you don't really remember anything like that. You wasn't a tech guru. You weren't going to be a Trekkie. Any of that stuff.
No, there was a time when I had artistic ability. I could draw. And I don't know if you remember these ads that were in magazines where if you could draw this person, you could send it off, and you could.
Yes.
They'd want you to be involved in a college, or they'd take you as a student in a college or artistic college or whatever. And I did that. I sent it in, and I had a guy come out to my house and
Sorry.
wanted me to sign it for this. I didn't have any money or anything for that. I was probably
they weren't going to give you a freebie?
No, I was only 14 or 15. No.
But that's cool. That spoke well of your artistic ability.
So I think that helped me. I think that not so much an ambition at the time, but it made me realize that there was something in me that I had not knew was there before.
And look how you're using that artistic ability now. So
yeah, I love the creative side. Yes.
So creative. Oh, you're so creative.
I didn't look.
Well, there are two. Patricia Mount said, I wanted to have kids and have a wonderful husband. I have kids, but I don't have a man, is her response.
Oh.
And then Kelly said, my dreams are always to be an archaeologist, anything to do with history.
She would be good at that. She's a detail-oriented CSI style investigator.
So she likes to go do the research and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did my genealogy.
I'm not that person.
She's very what's the word?
I don't know. You better come up with it quick, though.
Well, no, and I don't want to use this word in a negative way. It's obsessive.
Yes.
To find out the information. It's just obsessive to find it out. That's a trait.
Yeah.
That's a good trait.
Yeah.
Anyway, go to our Facebook page. Our topic to ponder for today is: are there any dreams or ambitions as a child that you still carry with you today?
Well, there you go. Thank you for responding.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
We all know that as Porky and the Bugs Bunny. 87 years ago, a precursor to Bugs Bunny first appeared in the Warner Brothers cartoon Porky's Hare Hunt. Hare as in rabbit.
Yeah. This was back in 1945, 80 years ago today. The BBC reported the death of one of the world's most notorious leaders, Hitler.
Wow. "57 years ago, police forcibly removed student demonstrators from Columbia University in New York. The police moved in following a week-long occupation of several campus buildings. Dr. Grayson Kirk was Columbia's president at the time."
Okay. Back in 1970, 55 years ago, as the war in Vietnam continued, President Nixon announced he was sending troops into neighboring Cambodia. Nixon said he had evidence the North Vietnamese were using Cambodia as a sanctuary.
Wow. And this was 52 years ago, a Watergate bloodbath. Presidential advisors John Ehrlichman and H.R. Haldeman, White House counsel John Dean, and Attorney General Richard Kleindienst all resigned. President Nixon said if the four did anything wrong, it was his fault.
And then 28 years ago today, ABC aired the coming out episode of the sitcom Ellen, starring comedian Ellen DeGeneres. DeGeneres herself came out as a lesbian several weeks earlier in an interview with Time magazine. The character Ellen was the first lesbian TV character. Well, that was a TV show, right? Ellen.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you
She owned
remember
a
watching
book.
that?
She owned a bookstore or something.
Yeah. Okay.
10 years ago, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders officially entered the race for the Democratic presidential nomination on Capitol Hill. He emphasized that he would not fall into political gossip.
Okay. And then in April 30th, 2022, 3 years ago, Naomi Judge, the Kentucky-born singer of the Grammy-winning duo The Judds and mother of Winona and Ashley Judd, died at the age of 76.
Okay. Do you know the actors Johnny Galecki and I don't know how to say this dude's name, and Kunal Nayar were both born April 30th. I don't know if I botched that. Galecki was born in 1975, 50 years ago. Nayar turns 44 today. 44 today, born in 1981. The two are known for their roles on the sitcom The Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
I don't watch that, so obviously I don't know how to say these dudes'
That's
names.
fine. You probably
but
said it perfectly.
I could have just faked my way through it like I knew, but I'm such an admitter. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Sam Heughan was born on this day. It's a birthday cut. April 30th, 1980. He's 45 today. He is best known for playing Jamie Frazier in the Starz series Outlander,
Okay.
which I like.
Actress Kirsten, I'm sorry, did you want to talk about it?
No. Go ahead.
Actress Kirsten Dunst was born in this day on 1982, 43 years ago. Dunst played Torrance Shipman, a popular high school cheerleader in the movie Bring It On.
Gal Gadot was born on this day in 1985, 40 years ago. She plays Wonder Woman in the DC Comics film. And I've not seen any of those. Have you?
I've seen Wonder Woman.
The original, the original or the new version?
The newer,
Yeah.
newer. There's two of them that I've
Okay.
seen. So,
right.
and I used to watch what's her name, like the one that was a
Yeah, I forget her name.
black-headed chick. Can't think
Yeah.
of her name. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, and then rapper producer Travis Scott was born on April 30th, 1991. He's 34.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're going to take our first break, and when we come back, North Arkansas Regional Medical Center is here. Going to give us some updates. Stick around, stay with us. We'll be right back.
26.1.
And welcome back to Around the Table. We're talking babies.
We are talking grandbabies specifically.
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing like
Has
it.
everybody had a grandbaby?
Rachel's not.
She's like, I'm a little
She's
Way
got a
too
little
young.
bitty one.
We're
Well,
gonna
not
do-
little. He's not little. What grade is he in?
He's in third.
Yeah, third grade.
Yeah, but Forest Heights. He loves
Okay.
it. Does a great
Oh.
job.
All right.
That's my alma mater.
No, that
Good old Forest Heights.
Well, everyone needs a grandbaby. They do.
Oh my gosh, there's nothing better. Nothing better.
Right.
We're
Anyway,
talking with Rachel Mullins and also Kim Rosson. They're here and talking about North Arkansas Regional Medical Center. What topic are we going to talk about today?
Well, she's our director of laboratory services.
Oh,
And so she's going to tell
Okay.
all about what we're doing at the Med Plaza and about our blood drives that we have, and just talk about all kinds of neat things that people need to know about.
what's the director of lab services do? You handle all the vials and
Yes.
all that stuff. Make
yes,
sure that
I
all
get to
the
mentor all the wonderful individuals that we have here at the hospital and show them and make sure that we're taking care of patients throughout the
Okay.
community. Yep.
all right.
So, do you do this from the hospital building itself, or the I don't know how to distinguish between the two.
Yeah, so I oversee everyone. My main office is over at the hospital, but
Okay.
then I have two wonderful individuals that are staffed over at the medical plaza.
Okay, so is there a lab? There's a lab there as well.
There is a blood draw collection facility there, and they collect the blood for all the providers, and then we have a courier service that picks up those samples and brings them to the laboratory.
Then what
well.
happens?
And then the magic happens. So depending on the type of test they're running or the tube of blood that we're running, we're going to get you timely, accurate results, and those go back to your provider and get you on a treatment plan. For
What's the difference between now? I go to a practical, I guess a general
PC?
practitioner. Yeah, general practitioner, and they draw blood, and they, I guess they send it off. Do they send it to you, or what do you do that they don't?
Yeah, so we have a full laboratory at NARMC, which is kind of unheard of for a hospital size. We did about 850,000 tests last year for
Wow.
for the community. And so we take those tests that your provider has ordered, and we put them on our analyzers, and we get results for that.
Right here
Right here.
Okay.
A lot of the local providers also use us, even if they're not with NARMC. And then to be a fiduciary, we want to make sure that we aren't having tests that are one-offs, so that we're being mindful of what that looks like. So a lot of the other clinics also use Quest services as a reference lab, which is what we do as well. And so
And that's to send certain tests off. You can't
that's
analyze
correct.
here.
That's correct. So we don't have it on our test menu. So our test menu at the university, we have about 4,500 tests on our compendium.
Wow,
so
that's a
we
lot.
do quite a bit of testing locally.
When you go ahead, but I want some for instances of what you can do here as well.
Yeah, so full blood banking services. So we actually transfuse about 1,200 units of blood a year. And so that kind of leads into the blood drives and why they're important. We have a full micro lab. So if you have a wound culture and it's not looking so great, we can actually tell you what bacteria is growing, and then the pharmacist can put you on the right antibiotic to get that treated. Chemistry, so if you're maybe just not feeling very well. Hematology, looking at your red blood cell, white blood cell count. Maybe you have some anemia or some lethargic, and then that makes you go into needing a blood donation. So
Yeah.
full services.
And you're probably a really good sticker. I mean, you know what I mean by that. You have phlebotomists.
We do
that
have.
are really, really
We
good.
are the vampires of the hospital for sure. Have a great
Yeah.
team. Yes.
Yeah, we read a story today that measles is making a comeback.
Yes.
What do you test for measles and those
So
type of
at the
diseases?
hospital, we do not do actual testing.
Okay.
The volume is obviously too low
Sure.
for us to keep
Right.
that on
Yeah.
board. But we have provided education, and we have all the supplies ready to go for patients that need to be tested for measles. There's been 3 in the state so far, and then a 4th one just yesterday that is actually a community acquired. So those.
Meaning what?
So that would mean that child went to the community and got it that way
Okay,
instead
okay.
of going out to either another country or another
Okay.
state and
Okay.
getting it that way. So it's actually
Within
manifested within Faulkner County.
And that's
Wow.
because they're not getting the measles shots and
Yeah,
boosters,
so
right?
all four cases, they were unvaccinated or not
Yeah.
fully vaccinated. So the time frame for measles vaccination is between 12 and 15 months of age, and then the second one between 4 and 6 years of age.
Well, since we've decided you are the expert on vaccination,
I'm not.
but I have another question.
Yes.
I had asked Dan earlier, is it a thing? Should people get, like, we're in our 60s, and should, I've read where it's recommended you get a booster, and I just kind of wondered
So
feedback.
there's some laboratory testing for that to see where your titers are, if you've ever heard that, and that's your immunoglobulin response, or how much immunity you have to that. So they're saying that if you are fully vaccinated, you're 97% covered, but you can get your titers run to see if you're needing another booster.
Okay.
I wonder
She
what
knew,
makes
she-
it. What?
yeah.
Yeah, you did. And what makes it go down?
Just normal immune responses. So
Okay.
you have some,
Like old age, and
I'm like ramming you full of questions.
Do you
that I was
remember
not
when you
expecting.
had? I had the mumps.
Oh,
when
I
was
did too.
younger. And that was a weird. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think we've. I mean, you had to.
My dad
yeah.
felt them. It was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
Yeah, so now vaccinated is measles, mumps, and rubella.
Yeah.
So you're
That's
getting
what I was
covered
thinking.
by
MMR.
prescription
That's what I thought it
for
was,
all
yeah.
of those. Yes, so
Yeah.
Wow.
okay.
Well, I wasn't even planning to talk about that, but here we went.
Yeah.
it's okay.
Well, that's good information. I mean, there's a lot of people
It's
out there that are on the fence saying, "Oh, I don't think I need a vaccination for anything," and I think the COVID thing may have put that in their mind. So
Probably.
we still have secure ways of preventing those diseases, and we should take advantage of them.
I wonder. I bet if you're due to draw blood or something, you can go, or the hospital. You can add that to your menu of what you might
as long as
need.
we have an order from
Right.
your provider,
Right.
we can absolutely
Right.
get that
Yeah.
taken care
Okay.
of you and send out.
what I was trying to
do that.
say.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I think another big thing that we do at the hospital is host blood drives. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
CBCO, Community Blood Centers of the Ozarks, is actually the exclusive blood supplier of our area. So, American Red Cross is a wonderful service and does everything great. However, that blood does not stay local.
I did not know that.
Yes,
Okay.
and so we actually have been in CBCO's top 10 for donations received at the hospital, so that we're really proud of that award. We have two events at the hospital coming up, May 22nd and July 17th. Between 12 and 6:30. Those are actually, during COVID, I think they shut everything down and they brought in the mobile van, and people may be claustrophobic or might get too hot, and so they weren't using those services, but we've actually brought those services back into the hospital in the first floor tower
Okay.
waiting room.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
so
that's
we're
better.
doing about 40 to 50 successful donations during those times, and so that is huge. We're also going to have two events over at the Medical Plaza at June 10th and August 15th, and the time hasn't been set for August, but in June it'll be from 9 to 3. That will be on the mobile blood drive van, but we're trying to get
Okay.
those
Like,
locations captured at different locations. Yeah.
and say it again. August what?
August 15th.
I was trying to figure out what month August was. Like 8,
Eight.
9.
Yes, and so you can donate blood every 56 days.
Right.
So a lot of people don't know that, and they always do a hemoglobin test before, and so I always encourage people, don't wait, donate, and also make sure that you're getting the right amount of iron so that you can have successful donations when you're there.
Well, let me ask you about that. So I did get blood a couple of months ago, and I didn't know about the 56 days.
Yeah.
Do you keep track of me if I
Or
come
to
in too
see-
early? If I came in 50 days,
Yeah,
can
so
you say you can't give blood for another 6 days?
CBCO will keep track of that for
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't at the hospital itself,
Plus,
but they do.
I've given through that
Yeah.
organization as well as the Red Cross, and they've always asked if you've been out of the country or anything like that. And I guess that's just to make sure you're not possibly exposed to some weird.
Yes,
like the
yes.
measles.
So we
Well,
have
yeah.
we have to think about.
But you can get that here, so
We have
Yeah.
to think about the blood supply as a unique, like almost like a liquid organ donation, and so we're making sure that that blood is safe to use, and so that we're not infecting other patients that receive that blood
Right.
with
Sure.
various
And other
viruses.
countries are not as fastidious as we are with our health. So you could go to you go on your diving adventure to a underprivileged country where they don't have vaccinations as much as we do. So you could carry something back, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I've wanted to fudge before because I kept getting notices saying we're in need, but I haven't. But anyway,
Yep.
Yeah, so there's always it's definitely critical resources. We do everything that we can. Our providers do a wonderful job about making sure that we are not giving blood to patients that don't need it, and making sure that we're protecting that resource.
well, good.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow,
Yeah.
good information.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to talk about anything?
Well,
Or I don't want to cut you off if
No,
you
I
want
wanted
to
Rachel to talk about, the plaza versus the hospital having testing, lab work done.
Yes,
when
so
they
the
come back.
hospital, we're open 24/7. You can come anytime for a blood draw or a urine sample or other samples. We get all kinds. But the nice thing about the medical plaza is that the parking is great. We're open Monday through Friday over there, 7 a to 6 p. You aren't mixed in with all the sick people over at the
Sure.
hospital, so that's a nice convenience. No scheduled appointments needed. You can use us even if your primary care physician is in Texas or Branson or wherever. We can take those orders and we'll get those results to them.
Okay.
That's
So
nice. That's
you can
nice.
choose to
You
go
can choose
there.
which one.
Like if you're closer over to the plaza,
Right.
you can just go there and not go to the hospital.
Yeah.
well, and that may be
I thought
more
that's
convenient
great.
for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
And
Wow.
also, if you're dealing with a practitioner that covers your insurance, you deal with that too, don't you?
Absolutely.
Insurance. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
What
I'll,
else?
I'll remember that.
Kim.
Well, we've got May is always a crazy month, as you know, when you got seniors graduating. If you have,
Oh, yeah.
I don't have seniors, but anyway,
are a
but,
senior.
We do have do what?
I said you are a senior.
That's true. I like the way you looked at Dan and goes, we're in our 60s. So I said, thank you, because I am too. So,
And I was
but
going to
we'll
say, speak for yourself.
I know.
No, we have Hospital Week. Well, first of all, we have Nurses Week, and Nurses Week is the 6th through the 12th. And
Of
that's
Ju-
of May.
May,
Excuse me.
okay.
Yeah, May, and of course the May 8th. We always help with the Harrison High School of the senior breakfast.
That's cool.
So we do that every year, and that's something that's always really fun, and we look forward to that. Our food service. Paula Cantu and her team do a magnificent job doing that. May 11th through the 17th is Hospital Week, and our theme this year is We Are Healthcare. The theme for the nurses is the power of nurses, so it's kind
I like
of
that.
neat. Yeah, and then so we've got those, and so that's really busy. And then you go right into June. Our 5K got canceled or postponed because of the weather.
the baby.
And so
right.
the Baby Fest is June 7th.
Okay.
And it's like at 10 to 12, but then the 5K is right before that from 8:30 to 10.
Oh, that's good.
So we're it's the Heroes for Baby,
Yeah.
and so it's kind of all going together, and so we're kind of excited about that. So we want to encourage. I did notice that the registration has opened back up. So
Okay.
for the 5K, if you'd like to sign up and be a part of the 5K, be sure and do that, because it's going to be really fun. Dan Diller has a lot of neat things planned. So, and the Baby Fest is really fun. That's just a really neat. If you have children that are 3 and under, it's a great thing. They have door prizes. Every vendor has a door prize, and they're doing door prizes just every 10 minutes, and it's really fun. And it's a great opportunity for moms who are pregnant, and going to have babies, and for people of little ones. So.
Well, will the 5K be there at the soccer complex? Where's it going to be?
No,
Where are they
it
doing
starts up here. I'm thinking, right? I think that's right. It starts here like we've done. We kind of did that, and, we started doing that because we always kind of wanted people to start and end at the hospital. So we're going to do that again, and they've got it kind of rerouted some way because of the bridge, but.
Okay.
But you start here at the hospital and you end at the hospital.
Okay, and then the Baby Fest is also at the hospital.
No, the Baby Fest is at Signature Community Center.
you just
Signature
say
Bank.
that and
No, I didn't say
Okay.
it. I meant to, but I didn't.
Okay,
Thank you for
good.
reminding me.
Signature.
Yeah.
She's in her 60s too.
Yeah, there you go. No, it's at I always want to call it the Duran Center, but it's in the Signature Bank
Yes.
Communities room.
Okay.
Things. Yeah. So
Well,
that's
that gives people a kind of perspective
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Okay.
So be sure and go to both of those. They're both great events, and they're run by the 5K is by the foundation, but the Baby Fest is the hospital.
How do they sign up for the 5K?
If you will go on our website, narmc.com, there is a link on there that will take you to run sign up. Or you can even look on North Arkansas Medical Foundation Facebook page, and Dan will have something on there, and the hospital's probably shared it too. And there's a link that goes to the run sign up. So
Okay.
be sure and do that. So,
Wow.
All right.
and that's
Is
all
there
I
more?
got.
Oh, wow.
We
That's
got
a
lots
lot.
of stuff.
But it's a busy time of year.
It is. It
And
is.
the hospital is no different, and we hope that people just rush into the lab.
That's right.
I mean, I
Yeah.
hope you're not sick, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. We want people to know we're here for them, and we offer a lot of services, and we want people to know that.
Right.
So we're proud of those. So.
Well, we're glad we featured you today and
Thank you for having me.
your laboratory services. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Let's take another break. I'm tired now from all that information. Stick around. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Around the Table. Kind of dreary out this morning, but going to make it a good day anyway, aren't we?
Yes, Dan, we are. Hey, we need to.
What do you got?
We need to mention Dick's Five and Dime. Go to Dick's
Again?
Five and Dime. I think we need. I don't know how. Yes, again, they're giving away 5 $100 shopping sprees.
Well,
during
mention
their
it 3 times then.
Streetscape project, which is going on now.
Streetscape.
And you might be one of those 5 winners because we keep getting notices about the people that do win. So congratulations to them.
These are legitimate things.
They are.
This is real money, and they're giving it to real people.
I should say Dick's 5 and 10 instead of dime.
No. You said it right.
I think it's 5 and 10.
No, I think it's 5 and dime.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't
say
matter.
nickel and dime.
It's in Branson, downtown.
I think
Get
the
there.
old timers would call it 5 and dime. Let's go to the 5 and dime and get a milkshake. Or
Okay.
whatever.
You know what I think?
What's that?
Does Kelly like handbags?
Yeah, she looks at bags sometimes.
Like expensive ones?
Well,
Or
yeah,
unique ones, or
yeah.
yeah, you know.
She looks at them and
I
then
always
she
look
goes
at
to
'em,
the less expensive
Well,
ones.
let me see if I can find one that's a dupe.
Yeah.
I would. You know, I'm not paying a bazillion dollars, but a Dutch bioengineering firm says that they figured out a way to grow dinosaur skin in a lab so that they can make luxury handbags from T-Rexes.
Really?
Crazy as it sounds, the process uses dinosaur fossils to recreate the protein sequences from their skin. Then it's grown in a lab with a whammo. You've got prehistory's most dangerous pocketbook. The company says once they've graduated from purses and belts, they plan to upscale to car interiors. Well, let me ask this: with this, whatever that's going on, could the dinosaurs ever come back? Like,
Well,
you've
you've seen
Jurassic Park.
You've seen that movie. There's, if you can find a.
You start screwing with stuff like that.
I know. See, they found the mosquito that
Yeah.
had sucked the blood out of a dinosaur
Dinosaur
and
DNA.
got some DNA there.
I can just see that little white-headed man saying it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. My problem would be like it would almost be a back scratcher instead of a seat cover.
Oh,
As-
because it's rough?
you would think a dinosaur would be like scaly and pointy
Oh, yeah,
and like.
yeah.
Well, you've seen Game of Thrones, the dragons and
Yeah.
those. That,
Those don't look comfortable to
no,
sit
that
on.
looks comfortable to sit on.
Well, I'm sure they
What were they
do
thinking?
something, manipulate it somehow,
Yeah,
so
they-
it's not all scratchy.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what? Maybe that would come in handy for women carrying luxury handbags. Here, whack with your.
It's a defense weapon.
It's a defense weapon, and you just scar
Yeah.
the crud out of their face.
Oh boy, another. I just wonder. I wonder this all the time. At least once a year, I think. Can 100 men take a gorilla?
Evidently, this is a thing going around right now,
Is it?
Dan. So you're going to have to tell me about it.
Now that someone made an elaborate computer simulation, it's settled. 100 unarmed men cannot, I repeat, cannot overpower the silverback gorilla. This question has haunted social media for the last few days, with the guy who posed it theorizing that if they will all work together and focus the guys, they could win it. If the guys are all focused, they could win it.
So they say.
Yeah, but
Okay.
the guy who posted it but according to the scientific mock-up, it would take the gorilla just 1 minute and 26 seconds to flatten everybody. No surprise, since silverbacks can weigh over 400 pounds and lift 4 times their weight.
So I really want to go put this out on all these social platforms that are debating this and say, here's your answer.
Yeah.
Go on to another one.
Yeah, let's come
I
up
don't
with.
know. Let's come up with another one.
Can 100 women actually fight over 50 items that are 70% off and win?
Who are we competing against?
Each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's like
see?
it's a dog fight.
That's another one. Yeah, that'd be a cat fight, wouldn't it?
More like a cat fight for sure.
And have you heard this weird thing about the tattooing?
What about it?
It says here, people are tattooing their kneecaps pink to look younger. Let me see your kneecaps. Are they looking old?
Dude, no older than the rest of me.
I would worry more about the sagging skin than the color of the kneecap.
This whole story is so bizarre to
I
me,
know.
but anyway, go ahead.
Why are people suddenly tattooing their kneecaps pink? Apparently, it's to look younger. The latest crazy Asian beauty trend, excuse me, has People adding pink to their kneecaps and their armpits, where skin usually darkens with age. Same for heels and elbows, and even down there.
I guess, did it start in Asian, like in Asian women?
Yeah, I
Because
guess
this is
so,
an
yeah.
Asian beauty trend. And I wonder if Asian women tend to have more different colored skin on their knee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never looked at them. I don't go inspect people's kneecaps.
Yeah.
But,
Well, it says
but-
here the trend is becoming so popular that it's caused a measurable uptick in trips to Thailand, where it all started.
really? So you
Yeah,
go there
Thailand.
and get it all done? You get your
Yeah.
tattoo done?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Whatever. Okay. Have you ever had anything stolen?
Oh yes.
What about a car?
Nope.
Okay.
Not a car.
Here's a story. Before you go out and replace your stolen car, so evidently this, people do get their car stolen, we all know. With a similar used one, check first to make sure it's not your car. Did you hear that? Yeah. Before you go report your car, or before you go out and replace your stolen car, make sure that it's not
Your
your car.
The one that got stolen originally.
Right. A guy in England replaced his stolen, a souped-up Honda Civic with an almost identical one he found online. And even though it had a different VIN number, his phone immediately connected to its Bluetooth. And the kicker was when he found his own address at the car's GPS. Now he's hoping his insurance will take pity and give him a $26,000 he paid for it. But
Okay.
I bet they won't. But anyway, yeah, I've never heard of such a thing. But whatever. I guess it happens. There you go.
Oh boy. All
Okay.
right, let's take a break. How about that?
Sure.
We're going to be right back. Straight ahead. Thank you. Stay with us.
TV channel 26.1.
And welcome back to Around the Table. Dick's 5 and 10 winners from last week. These people are the winners of their $100 gift certificate. We need to kind of mention those people. Claire Williams from Nacogdoches, Texas. Rebecca Barney from Hollister, Missouri. Rochelle Libbing from Missouri. Jimmy Roberts from Texas. And Laura Kress from Thayer, Missouri. Congratulations to all of those. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So get on down to Dick's 5 and 10. Wow. Hey.
Okay.
So let me tell you something.
What are you going to tell me?
Have you ever seen the movie Night at the Museum?
Yes.
Or
There
the
was a
old-
part
the-
2 and part 1, part 2, I think.
Yeah, well, they didn't count. It was the first one.
Oh, the first one.
Those
okay.
old codgers, the old men, you know,
Yeah.
Mickey
Oh, yeah.
Rooney and Dick Van Dyke and
Yep.
whoever. Well, they were. This story kind of reminded me of that whole scenario. But the French trial of a dozen men accused of robbing Kim Kardashian is making them sound less bloodthirsty. And less like bloodthirsty thieves and more like a bumbling crew of desperate grandpas. The suspects are mostly in their 60s and 70s. That's shocking to me. One of them took the stand admitting he fell off his bike while fleeing and dropped a $24,000 diamond necklace. Don't worry, it was picked up by a passerby the next day, who incidentally wore it to work before ultimately returning it to the police. So you got to get, if you find a $27,000 necklace,
I'm going to wear it to work at least
you can
one
wear it
day.
to work at least one day.
That's funny.
But I thought that was funny. Then he fell off his bike. Poor old man. He should have never been trying to rob
Well,
him.
they need a little spice in their life, you
Well,
know. Need
exactly.
purpose. When you get our age, you need purpose.
Just like those bumbling idiots on
Yeah, yeah. You've seen the movie Red, right?
Red.
Retired and Dangerous. Retired.
I've seen Red.
Yes.
Is that what
retired?
Ryan Reynolds? or what is his
Retired
name?
something and dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Retired elderly and dangerous. Maybe that's what that is. Yeah, it's a good concept. Does your vehicle burn the E15 gas?
I've never put. All I've seen are options of E10.
Well, my truck does, and
Doesn't any vehicle?
well, it's cheaper. The gas is cheaper.
Okay,
no,
but
no,
you can't
no.
put it in any.
It's lower octane.
Oh,
It's not
Okay.
it's lower than just regular gas.
but any vehicle can utilize E15.
no,
Oh.
no, it has to be I think special engines allow that. Yeah,
Didn't know that.
yeah, it's got to have the E15 somewhere on the car.
Okay.
And it's I think I'm not sure what year they started making those. After 2000, I think.
And your truck is one of
That
those
was-
that does?
Yeah, and I'm thinking, okay,
Yeah.
we got a story here about cheaper E15 gasoline will be sold throughout the summer.
Oh, okay.
If you're taking a summer road trip, you might be able to save a little money at the pump. The EPA announced that the Americans will still be able to buy E15 gasoline throughout the summer months this year. I guess they banned them throughout the summer.
Well,
Most states won't allow the E15 to be sold from May to September because all of the smog it produces. But this year, it's an exception. U.S. gasoline is usually blended with 10% ethanol, but the cheaper 15% version is becoming more common despite it being worse for your lungs. I didn't know that, and I've stopped at places that have that E15 gas, and the pumps never work. They're always deactivated, so that might be why they cut them off.
it does say most vehicles manufactured after 2000 can
okay.
support the E15.
Okay, yeah.
So you don't mind putting extra smog in the air?
Well, I don't know now.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
now that you know, I guess
course-
I would research and make sure
of
that's
course,
accurate.
all gasoline puts smog in
Sure
there.
it does. Sure it does. But they're trying to indicate something. I don't know if that's legit or you never
You
know.
know, you weigh that, and they've come out with a new pickup truck that's under $20,000, and it's all electric, but it has no frills. It
Well,
has no
Yeah.
TV screen, no touch, nothing.
Right. It's
It's
old-
and it roll up
old school.
windows. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And if you want air conditioning, it's a pack. You can buy upgrades. $20,000 for this thing. But then you think, okay, I burn fossil fuels, and that causes pollution. Mm-hmm. But then you have a battery. Where's that battery go when you have to dispose of it?
Yeah, where do they dispose of batteries?
Yeah, I'm sure it leaches chemicals into the ground, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyway.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes. You know what today is?
What is? No.
Today is International Jazz Day.
I like a little jazz now.
Little jazz.
Don't you?
I do like jazz.
Okay.
I like progressive jazz. I like the syncopated beat.
Okay. You want to give us an example?
Well, I could, but we don't.
We don't have
have
time.
time.
We don't have time for
We don't
that.
have time for that.
So it's also National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day.
Okay.
We feel like every day is that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. National Bugs Bunny Day.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Bunny Wabbit.
Did you have a Mr. Potato Head?
No, I did not.
Or a Mrs.? Neither one?
No.
Oh, I had both. Well, it's National Mr. Potato Head Day.
Okay.
That's one of those good
Did you ever
childhood
put
goodies.
Did you ever put the eyeballs in a real potato?
Yes, and I also put all the eyeballs in weird places on Mr. Potato.
Yeah.
So there's
National
that.
Honesty Day, National Hairstylist Day, Appreciation Day, and National Denim Day.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.